I think we are watching the Golden State Warriors lose the LeBron James sweepstakes in real time. Just last week, it felt like Golden State had as much momentum as anybody. There were reports linking LeBron James to the Warriors, multiple insiders saying Golden State believed they were the frontrunner if LeBron leaves the Lakers, and we even heard the possibility of him taking a major pay cut to chase one more championship alongside Steph Curry. But now things are changing, because this morning, according to Shams' latest report, the Golden State Warriors are no longer viewed as one of the top suitors for LeBron James. That one sentence completely changes the landscape of this entire offseason. Now, reports came out a few days ago saying that LeBron James will only sign with the Warriors if they acquire Anthony Davis. However, to make things worse, the Washington Wizards are shutting down Anthony Davis trade talks, and the Golden State Warriors are not interested in moving Jimmy Butler. Because if Anthony Davis isn't coming to Golden State, LeBron might not either. And right now, that looks like a real possibility. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. Yo, what's up guys, Jason here back with another video. If it's the first time watching, I cover the Golden State Warriors every single day on YouTube, along with other NBA news, trades, and rumors on YouTube Shorts, Instagram, and TikTok. So if you're a basketball fan, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe because you do not want to miss any of my future upload. Now, let's first take a step back. For weeks, we've been talking about the Warriors' 2-year championship plan. They signed Al Horford, they signed Kristaps Porzingis, they brought back DeAnthony Melton, they drafted Jakob Lindenborg. Every move pointed toward one goal: maximize Steph Curry's remaining championship window. And then reports began surfacing that Golden State wasn't just trying to bring LeBron James in, they were also trying to acquire Anthony Davis. At the time, that made perfect sense. If you could somehow build a core around Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Draymond Green, LeBron James, and your supporting cast with Al Horford, Porzingis, DeAnthony Melton, and so on, you are talking about automatic championship contender. And with reports saying LeBron James will only consider signing with the Warriors if they acquire Anthony Davis, everything we're saying is aligning perfectly. Because Anthony Davis isn't just another trade target, he's the key that unlocks LeBron James. Without him, Golden State's chance dropped dramatically. And here's when things got even more complicated, because reports indicate that the Washington Wizards are not interested in trading Anthony Davis. That's a huge problem if you're the Warriors, because if Washington isn't willing to negotiate, Golden State doesn't even get the opportunity to make its best offer. And then there is one more huge obstacle. Reports also suggest the Golden State Warriors are not interested in moving Jimmy Butler. Now, whether that's because they believe in Jimmy long-term or because they simply don't like the trade market, I honestly don't know. But if you're trying to acquire a player making over $58 million, Jimmy Butler's contract is one of your best matching salaries. If he's off the table, your option becomes a lot more limited. And now you can begin connecting all the dots. LeBron wants Anthony Davis. Washington doesn't want to trade Anthony Davis. And Golden State doesn't want to move Jimmy Butler. Those three things together make a LeBron to Golden State scenario incredibly difficult. And with this update, the Cleveland Cavaliers, the Miami Heat, and the Philadelphia 76ers are now all viewed as being ahead of Golden State in the LeBron sweepstake. And what do those three teams have in common? They are all in the Eastern Conference. And the Eastern Conference is a lot easier to compete compared to the Warriors, which is in the Western Conference. And think about that for a second. Just days ago, Golden State was considered one of the favorites, and now they are falling behind not just one, not just two, but three teams. That's not the direction you want to see if you're trying to maximize Steph Curry's final championship years. But what really caught my attention wasn't all these reports. It was a graphic that surfaced online showing Rich Paul's reported evaluation of LeBron's potential landing spots. Now, whether every detail of that graphic is accurate or not, I think it shows one important point. Take a look at where the Golden State Warriors are positioned. They're all the way on the far left. And the only names listed are Steph Curry and Draymond Green. That's it. To me, that's incredibly concerning, because it shows that from LeBron's camp's perspective, those are currently the only selling points from the Warriors: Steph Curry and Draymond Green. Meanwhile, when you look at some of the teams near the center of that graphic, they're offering something very different. More depth, more all-star level player, more proven contributors, more flexibility, potentially a better overall chance to compete immediately. And that's the issue. As great as Steph Curry still is, basketball is not about having one superstar. Look at teams that have been competing for championships recently. They're deep, they're versatile, they have many players who are able to change a playoff series, and right now, I don't think Golden State has enough of that. And that's exactly why I've been saying for weeks now that the Golden State Warriors needed one more major move. Whether it was Anthony Davis, whether it was Jaylen Brown, which they missed out on, whether it was adding one more elite scorer, they needed another difference maker. But instead, they have mostly stood still while the rest of the league continues to improve. And now it may end up costing them LeBron James. The frustrating part is that the Warriors actually began the offseason pretty well. I love the Al Horford signing, I love the Porzingis deal, I thought bringing back DeAnthony Melton was a great move as well. Yaxel Lindeborg was a great first-round pick, and Draymond Green even declined his player option to create more financial flexibility for the Warriors to make moves. But role players only get you so far. Eventually, you need one more star player, especially when you're trying to compete with teams like the Thunder, the Spurs, and other Western Conference contenders. If LeBron really is waiting for Anthony Davis, and if Anthony Davis isn't available, then Golden State may have already lost its biggest opportunity of the offseason. Now, could things still change? Absolutely. This is the NBA. Trades happen all the time. A team's stance today isn't always its stance tomorrow. Maybe Washington changes its mind, maybe Golden State becomes more willing to move Jimmy Butler, maybe another 3-team trade emerges that nobody's talking about yet. There is still time. But if nothing changes, I think we're watching the Warriors slowly lose the LeBron James sweepstakes. And that's a huge disappointment, because pairing Steph Curry and LeBron James has felt like one of the last truly historic possibilities left in both of their careers. It would have been one of the biggest stories in NBA history. It would have instantly made Golden State one of the favorites to come out of the Western Conference, and it would have given Steph one more chance to compete for a title. Instead, that dream is beginning to fade. Hopefully, Mike Dunleavy has one more surprise for us left, because if the Golden State Warriors strike out on LeBron, miss out on Anthony Davis, and go into next season with the same roster, I think they're going to have a tough time competing with top teams in the Western Conference. But that's just my opinion. What do you guys think? Do you still believe LeBron James ends up with the Warriors, or has Golden State officially missed its chance? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Alright guys, that's all we got for today's video. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and follow me on social media, all linked below in the description box. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Peace.